Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HBars2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Mayans, we have Link Chaos. Spawn on the top right side as the cyan Mongols, we have Spartacus. So let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Mongols, Cavalry Archer Civilization. Cavalry Archers fire 25% faster, like Cavalry Hussars, Step Lancers get plus 30% health. Hunters work 40% faster. The unique unit is the Magadai, which is a anti-siege cavalry archer, while just being a little bit better than regular cavalry archers. Unique tax, nomads, lost houses do not decrease population headroom. Drill, siege and workshop units move 50% faster. Team bonus, scout cavalry, like cavalry hussars get plus 2 line of sight, making them more effective as their primary job. Scouting. Mayans, they are a archer civilization. Start with one additional villager, but 50 less food. Resources last 25% longer. Archers cost 10% less, 20 and 30% less, depending which age. Assume 0% less in Dark Age. Unique unit, Bloomed Archer, which I believe is like more or less an anti-archer archer. No, it's a fast-moving archer. Unique text, Pool Shell Javeliers, Skirmishers throw a second projectile, and El Dorado, Eagle Warriors have plus 40 health. Does take out a scout there, the Eagle Warrior will barely live. And team both walls cost 50% less. Very nice. As Eagle Warrior is on advance forward, 1 health remaining. We'll get some good scouting off over here, or Eagle Scout, I should say. Go ahead and start drinking with my drink so you may hear it open. Cyan has a very weird civilization design, like a hybrid infinity symbol or a sideways 8. I don't like it. I like circles. We do have now these militia advancing on forward. They will try to batter down this wall. They're going clubbing, and now this palisade wall will slowly be damaged, starting to get it repaired by with a villager, which can repair their damage. Looks like red is eyeing for a bit more housing there. It does claim quite a bit more land there. There's also a bit of water here. He could potentially build out fishing or dock there to get some fishing nets. You have the market now being employed out over here. And let's go ahead and fast forward for the time being. We do, of course, got the skirmisher and archer now on the field, trying to deal with these man-at-arms. They do have 1 inherent pierce armor. There's not a lot to deal with these forces to protect themselves. Of course, they can still have a club to bash their opponents' heads in, which they are trying to do. They're starting to move back around, trying to find another engagement. Or they're trying to solve the game. We do now have the blacksmith employed out over here, which will get them a full wall on the northern side, the back side. Down south, we do still have a full wall here, and even making a market there in that little gap. They're trying to come back around. These ranged forces could, of course, just be on this side of the wall to start throwing arrows and javelins across the wall. Man-at-arms going to try to make not man-at-arms, militia once again trying to make another hole in this palisade wall there. We'll see a bit of damage now, and we'll be focused down quite quickly. Does take out 1 the militia. And does sort of fall back. Palisade walls does plenty of health, so I don't have to worry about that getting replaced. Got these villagers advancing forward. They do have their hunting bows out, so I'm not sure what they're planning to do. I don't think they're trying to hunt some herd or some deer. They're probably going to try to hunt themselves a tower placement. Red is right now going for another Eagle Scout, eyeing for Castle Age as well. Cyan trying to build a proxy stable. Interesting. Bit of the deer not being collected up by 4 of these villagers. He maybe need to place down a nearby mill. so it can mill that venison to a fine, thin red paste. And the stable has been completed. Cyan's castle wage is almost complete. Red's castle wage still halfway completed. So you may be eyeing for some early or step lancers or knights on the front line. Eagle Scout is going to start poking some of these villagers. Does only have 4 attack at the moment. Does get some armor. Now I do have castle wage there. And now eyeing for a forward siege workshop. He may be eyeing for battering rams or mangonels. A quick battering ram wouldn't hurt to help quickly clear out some of the structures. It may actually put his opponent on pop cap quite quickly, because right now he only has 6 spare population. Trying to reinforce his housing with additional housing. Barracks now seeing a small amount of damage there. Trying to research out some spearmen. Research deploy out. Berries almost completed. Or consumed. Down to 0 now. All the berries are now gone. The militia, Eagle Warrior, and the Spearman do push on forward. Does lose a good number of them. And Knight now deployed on the field. Red needs to probably eye some more Eagle Scouts. I do hear the battering ram battering down this barracks. Trying to build out additional walls there, but they won't last long versus a battering ram. You now have siege workshop to club of the Mayans. A battering ram will counter a battering ram. But now Cyan has 2 battering rams. One from Mangonel. And Red right now does have plenty of popular space going for a monk. He cannot get redemption to convert those battering rams. He can get most of the technology, barring illumination. Now go ahead and reinforce this palisade wall with a stone gate. And now I'm to reinforce these walls a little bit more. He's trying to stall up for the Mangonel. Mangonel does come out, gain some damage onto some of these forces there. Does get the breach repaired or replaced, but right now he's still seeing quite a bit of damage there. Does fall back now. We do have the Scorpions now being blown up by Cyan. And these veterans are a little bit damaged. He does have, of course, some villagers, a villager here for repairs. Maybe just try to quickly get them repaired up and back on the front line. Get it there onto that skirmisher. Does get some good damage there as well. Takes out that villager. These villagers are moving around with a scorpion. Does have 2 mangonels here. Going for sanctity. He's maybe eyeing for a bit more aggressive monks. And has a good number of villagers there. Cyan may have second villager queue going. No, he does not have second villager queue at the moment. Going for his own mangonels. Right now, Cyan has consumed his stone. Does get some good damage there onto these battering rams. One battering ram does go down. Mark is severely damaged. Trying to repair the market now. We hear the monk trying to get conversion off one of these knights. And the villager does get coated with some big rocks. Finds a decent hit there. Red's Mangonel does go down. Cyan sees a bit of splash damage. Still nothing great for Red. Red's trying to block more villagers, trying to get out some more monks and mangonels. Still need some spearmen and pikemen to probably deal with these knights as well. Those still pose a massive threat. Takes out that house there. good damage onto that marker. We do now have some a monastery being put on the top line, as well as a house. Gonna break through this market now. Red is eyeing for more villagers. I'm not sure what he's eyeing at the moment. He's lacking a little bit of wood, so he's actually probably need to redeploy this lumber camp. That's pretty far traverse rate. He's going for a lot of gold as well. What is he eyeing? He's eyeing for Mass Monk. I think he's going to try to convert all of his opponent's army in one go, but he does not have access to redemption, which maybe explains why the Mongol player is going heavy in the siege works. Red's Mangonel's quick push on forward to hit this Mangonel. Does roll a small splash hit there. Rolls a big miss there. Gets a good hit there on Science Mangonel. Fires, gets a direct hit and takes it out. And that blacksmith does go down. Red's not going for a keep here. Does not have to be worried about the battering rams, which there's still one. He is garrison with a handful of archers there. Takes out some palisade walls there. That's going to quickly build up a castle here to close or maintain control of the breach. Does get good at there and does take out the Mangonel. Castle does go up. Will we see some bloomed archers? I know we see more villagers. I'm not sure what Red's doing at the moment. Sign's not throwing out any more villagers at the moment. That may be a bit of oversight. Sign has 57 villagers for opponent's 53, so it's a low villager game. Okay, he does have second town supported field, so you start skyrocketing villager count compared to his opponent. The police still just only has the one. Yep, still just the one. Mangonel finds a small hit there on the Scorpion. Good hit there on Science Mangonel. And still not deploying out a whole lot. I am not sure what he's eyeing. He could start transitioning to this backwood line there because this one's a little bit exposed at the moment. Going for another blacksmith. I think his previous one did get destroyed. As a house, not a blacksmith. He may be eyeing for Imperial Age at the moment. University going on up, and he is going for Imperial Age. I sort of disagree with that. I'm not sure what advantages will Imperial Age give him in this current moment of time. He has no real production structure at the moment. Science going to be skyrocketing ahead of villager count. He has 67 versus 57. Science not touched those relics, which is probably a bit of an oversight there. I heard a conversion of some sort. I'm not sure what got converted. Was this knight over there? It was that knight. Bloomed archers getting eaten by a bear. Mangonel's nice and now advancing along the flank. Of course, you need Imperial Age for drill. Bloomed archers not being pursued by these knights. Science Mangonels will push away forward. We got a outpost here for spotting. Very good. It's good damage on that house. It's good AoE damage as well. Takes out a house there. Red. Plenty of population space for housing. Go for more plumed archers. Sign does get an additional villager queue going. Does lose him. He got one of his bonus Mangonels. Still pretty far away from Imperial Age. And now there's Imperial Age for Red. Going for Bracer, going for Ballistics. I think he's just going to go for heavy plumed archers right now. monks are actively trying to eye for a tech advantage. Cyan has not been aggressive enough in my opinion. Trying to pull out some stone walls along the flanks. Very good. Got a good number of monks here. And cancels and deletes them before they get converted. The Mongols, of course, can get heresy. It is expensive, like 1,000 gold if I remember correctly. Do now have a castle being put up by the Mongol now. As well as good line of siege workshops. Since his opponent has a large number of monks, he may be eyeing for Master Scorpion or Mangonel. He does have an outpost here, providing some good vision in the region. And now these plume darts advance forward, the knights will completely overwhelm them. Here's some conversions going on down here. Mangonels find a volley there onto the monk, but it looks like they roll some misses. Good hit there on the battering ram. Since this part of the garrison does move pretty quickly. Got some Magonite on the build queue for a Cyan now. Over here, it's just got more trebuchets and plume darts on the build queue. It still has a good number of monks on the field, and somehow there's monks over here. Why are there monks everywhere on the map? I don't know. He could try converting himself a stable to get some Exwaddle warriors, which are basically unupgraded knights. Science villagers trying to run away from monks, apparently. And these plume darters do receive some damage there from these knights, but they do receive quite a bit of damage. We do not have another castle going up for red. Very nice. Another trebuchet being pulled out as well. Try to get some good hits there on the keep. Or castle. This probably has some Magonite in there. Yeah, 5 Magonite. And red's castle does go on up. More fire coming onto the castle now. Monks move around, perhaps trying to get some conversion there. We'll spot a bear to pet. Somehow there's Magonels chasing monks. I don't understand sometimes this game. Rolls a miss there onto the plumed archers and does get a kill there on the Magonel. Science keep does go down, and now got the Magonite advance forward. But we're seeing quite a bit of damage there. He needs to get up in Purage to get Parthian tactics because they have 0 pierce armor at the moment. The Mongols can get 2 levels of pierce armor and get Parthian tactics, so that'll be up to 4 pierce armor onto them. Which is way able to get at least reduce a significant amount of damage from the plumed archers who currently have 9 attack and then move around like crazy. More Science villagers starting to go on down. Cyan does have a superior number of villagers, but I feel like Cyan's been way too passive this game. Does not have the elite plumed archer ranges yet. Magonels find a small splash hit there. Red's villagers are now trying to shank a Magonel there. Does go down. Red's going for an outpost there. Best to use about 10 villagers to build an outpost apparently. Focusing on a lot of Science Magonels there. Does good receive some good hits there. But we'll take out all these Magonels. Let's get a small hit there on those villagers. Gets another good hit there on the villagers, trying to recruit the trebuchet. Villagers are now trying to shank the Magonels. The archers gain some good damage in as well. Finds a good hit there on the plumed archers. Trebuchet, those rolls a nest there onto the trebuchet. Or no, that was changing the villager? I don't know at this point. This game's gone a little bit weird. Mongols trying to pull out another key or castle. Does cancel that one before the projectiles land. Besides, right now, just to point out, massive Magonel. Trying to go for another castle here to engage opponent's castles. Red's castle is currently 35% complete. Science is supposed to be built much quicker since he does have all these villagers nearby. He does not have Indian University techs to research the moment, nor can get many. Red's Keep has been interrupted. Mangonel shows trying to deal with these plumed archers, does get killed off. Now we got multiple trebuchets now hit Cyan's castle. Cyan has a pretty good reserve of resources, food and gold. I think he's eyeing for Imperial Age, just trying to develop more Mangonels. This one time, I think battery rams would be much better because they can withstand trebuchet fire, they can withstand plumed archer fire. I don't know what that game was. This is Anna Great saying, thank you for watching, on to next replay.